Good morning, everyone. StrafeCal. We are playing some more Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous, and I am excited to be out of the intro section and moving into hopefully a more open-ended section of the game where we can explore, where we have some direction in the story, instead of just kind of trying to continue and survive. So we are in the Crusader headquarters, the Survivors headquarters. We've got a bunch of NPCs here to talk to. Let's see what we got. Any of you would like to bend our ear? First and most important thing, Beth gave you a crucial mission, I get that. By sending you on an errand, we're weakening our defenses. Everything seems clear so far. What do you want to discuss? Okay, so the Demon Lord cut the city in two. There's a decent place to set up a crossing in Market Square. Okay. Do you want me to stay here and guard the tavern? What? No! We need to take the fight to them, but if they make a move, they'll send a runner. Okay, and then we have to come back. When will they come back? We have no idea. Thanks for the warning. Okay. Staunton Vane. Oh, it's you. Good back work. Or good work back there. I need to talk to the elf who calls himself Storyteller. That was one of our missions. Strange old fellow, that one. He used to sit with me for hours, asked me all sorts of things, never offered judgment or comfort. Just listened. First, I wanted him and his questions as far away from me as possible. Then I realized talking to him did ease my burden a little. I hope he's alive and well. He's completely blind and feeble, too, so if he's alone in the city. Look for him in the Black Wing. It's a library. Okay. Very cool. I'm not gonna ask what people say about him. That's rude. Oh, hey, neat. So, Canabras and the Eagle Watch are kind of separated out there. Camellia. Tell me about yourself. We don't know that much about you. I talk to the spirits of this tormented land and they guide me in battle. I'll help you fight the demons, and I swear you can rely on me in this matter. Isn't that sufficient? Apparently. Your amulet's unusual. Just a little trinket. Nice of you to notice. Okay. Where'd you learn to wield a rapier? I had good teachers. Okay, we're done, apparently. She decided we're done. 2,000 gold coins from Horgus Gwyrm. Keeps his word. I have a job that would be perfect for something like you. Okay. What does it involve? You shall be my bodyguard. I'd like to return to my mansion here in Canabras. It's none of your business. My mansion is a breathtaking building with a large garden. Even if the demons attacked, every thief and fraudster in the city had tried to get inside. Tried to imagine the state it's in now. Okay. Paladins don't want to leave, so okay. What kind of reward are we talking about? That seems to be his standard, is 1,000 gold coins. So I think we're gonna go ahead and I don't want to risk this. Deal. So, I assume we're going to be able to explore normally, and then Worm's Mansion is going to be, when we go there, we will, end up getting that bonus. Journal? You went in the Crusaders, thank you for defending us. Let's see. What are you doing? I only took holy orders recently. I'm sorry to say the number of wounded is far beyond my power to heal. Okay. My spells are depleted. I have no training in potions and scrolls, so I'm cutting bandages. Okay. I was sailing down that old man of ours, the great Selen River, to a village by the name of Chili Creek. Okay. Where's Chili Creek? It's not even marked on some maps. Small fishing village. They don't have a priest. Awesome. Again, more good options here. Loot. So we've got our bartender here. You're a cleric of Caden Killian. I'm a tavern keeper, best in the city. Show me what you have. Okay. So this guy has pretty good variety of stuff. Let's grab the recipe, because that's like a permanent thing to learn. Let's grab some potions. I feel like we found a lot, but yeah, we'll go ahead and do that. And then let's do weight in descending order. So we don't currently have anybody using medium armor. Let's go ahead and get rid of our chainmail, banded mail, all of the scale mail. I'm gonna keep one breastplate because breastplate is the best medium armor typically, the most efficient. So it could be a good thing if we find somebody. I'm gonna do the same thing with chain shirt. I'm gonna keep one as kind of a backup, so I don't have to buy more later. Clear that, clear that. Baphomet cultist heavy shield. We're already using 2 heavy shields. I don't think we need another one currently. I suppose we have our personal stash here. So I'm gonna put these armor pieces in the personal stash instead of carrying them around with us. Let's see. Masterwork Scythe. I don't think we're going to be using a Scythe. Masterwork Bardiche. I don't think we're going to be using. Let's go ahead and get rid of these exotic weapons because... Okay, except the Falcata because it's one of my favorites. Although, you know what? I think we're going to wait, and if we get a good Falcata later, I'll look into that. But we currently don't have anybody who can use a dueling sword, a Falcata. Short sword, rapier. We'll keep one rapier. Keep the Masterwork short sword. Get rid of punching daggers. Keep the Masterwork dagger, ever-burning torch. 35 daggers. Yep. Goodbye. 17 Masterwork glaives. Okay. We will keep the Marching Terror Enchanted Glaive. I may actually equip that on my main character. Seems like it could be fun, and honestly, having a reach weapon on him could mean he can stand behind Sela and actually cast healing spells. Not need the crossbows. Goodbye, spears. Oh, there's so much stuff. I will not be doing all of this every single time. As we're doing shopping, I'll do some of my shopping off stream, and then just do reports on it. But I figure the first one, I'll go through and do all the all the nitty gritty. We're keeping one Masterwork Scimitar just in case, and Cold Iron Longsword because it seems like Cold Iron matters. I'm a little torn here because Masterwork Longbow and Composite Longbow are beneficial in different ways. Let's right-click just so I can verify how... Yeah, you get to add your full strength bonus with this now. Master Tagger. Okay. So we're making some progress. I think... I don't know what other shops we have here, but I know we need this. This is going to be a good starting point, I think. Oh. Loves the Neophyte. Extra damage with cantrips. Once per day, grant concealment against ranged attacks for 1 minute. Grants the ability to cast Ray of Enfeeblement, Scare, Ray of Exhaustion, Fear, Waves of Fatigue. Okay, those are not super exciting for magic items to me, but that's okay. The Bag of Holding, yes. It's effectively gives us another 100 pounds of carry weight. We want to get ahead of that, especially now that we're going to be able to actually do overland travel. Protection from evil seems like a good one. Protection from chaos also seems like a good one. Specifically, those give bonuses against demons, so probably going to be valuable. Shield of Faith. Reduced person I'm less concerned with. Mage armor could be good. Feather step I'm not super worried about. Large person, cure light wounds. Blur is good. Bear's endurance is good. Bark skin is okay. Darts, don't think we're gonna need here. Painted fowl. That doesn't sound pleasant. Okay, and then that was the rest of, or and then bulk selling gets rid of just this stuff that is not ingredients, so that we can actually get down to what we need here. Okay, last but not least, scrolls. Summon monster scrolls can be really good. Resist acid, remove fear. These are all decent. Protection from law isn't great, but it could be good later. I think I'm gonna get rid of the regular protection from law scrolls. Actually, I'm not getting any. Yeah, these aren't selling for like anything, so I'm just gonna keep them. I take it back. We're getting rid of the scrolls of inflict because those are never gonna get used. Inflict light especially. I'll keep the bigger ones just in case. Doom, bull strength plus. Yep, that's good. Okay, so we've got pretty good variety there. We're just getting some potions for now, and let's grab one potion of lesser restoration as a backup, and we'll call that good. Made some, quite a bit of stuff there. There's our way outside. There's Anivia. Did she move? She moved. Okay. Let's talk to Lan. I'd like to know more about you. You wear a hat with one horn, am I right? Mongrels have short lifespans, but you don't seem to be old or dying. How old are you? I'm as old as I look. No surprises there. Remember Sul? He's 10 years older than me. I remember him back when he was a fearless warrior, and day by day I watched him turn into an old man, him and my father. Happens very quickly. First you miss a shot because you don't see as clearly as you used to, because your eyes are tired. You tell yourself you'll be better tomorrow, and then you notice you're having trouble breathing. Okay. Okay. I think we're gonna call that good for now. And Dara is a named NPC, so we're gonna go over here. Tell me, why am I supposed to be impressed by your reckless assault when everyone else is fighting for their where everyone is fighting for their ego and their right to beat their peers to a swift but pointless heroic sacrifice? Sounds like we've got ourselves a student of warfare. These gist of yours or whatever had come for us. We'd have their guts for garters. You think we've never fought a mighty adversary before? Okay. People grumpy. Not argue about someone who happens to be the most authoritative research on the history of warfare 3,000 years before the foundation of Absalom. Last War of Jiska. Large-scale conflict that took place 3,000 years before the foundation of Absalom. War against the Assyrian Pharaoh of Forgotten Plagues. Okay, nice. Who are you? A warrior, scholar, magus, scholar of classical warfare from Garund. Nice, you've come a long way to be here. Why did you come here? Witness a legendary war. Fair enough. Looks like you know more about warfare than anyone else. Why don't you join and show them how fighting should be done? No, I'm a theorist. Yep, armchair quarterback. Okay. You're wrong to treat the Crusaders with such disdain. Allow me to explain. I will be happy to prove the current conflict can't hold a war, or can't hold a candle to the last war I've just. Uh, we've got a 5 there, a 10 here, though. Let's do this. The events of the past are shrouded in legend, but the fate of the world is being decided here and now. That is what you fail to grasp. Of course, I am not trying to diminish the importance of current events. What I'm trying to say, from a standpoint of history, and particularly the history of warfare, the true importance of these developments won't be obvious until later. As a scholar, I cannot deny there's a certain truth beneath your skeptical statements. There we go. We have a weapon. Nice. Okay. We got handed a random magic weapon, I guess? Let's go back to type in ascending order. Claw of Jiska. It is a flaming short sword with finesse wielding. I would be sad that Camellia can only use rapiers. But honestly, it might be better than what I've got now. Even though it's dex-based. Honestly, I think this is probably still the best choice. Although... we'll see how that works. Radiance... yeah, we don't have anybody for this short sword right now, but we'll get there. I think I want to give Sela these boots. Gives her an extra bonus against saving throws that would impair movement, which is good for our frontliner. Let's copy the recipe over.
Let's move.
Hey, there's Sela, speaking of. Okay. Beth said your friend is missing. Do you know where we could look for her? I wanted to look for John and myself, so not to distract you, but since you're in on this, I could use some help. We went drinking together, we went to that unforgettable celebration, we got separated in the crowd. I think we should start looking from the main square. That's where I last saw her. She's a good fighter, even if she is green. She couldn't have become an Aldori otherwise. Yeah, I was fighting demons all you want, or are you looking for something more? How about covering myself in glory and becoming a hero of 100 ballads, or at least 1,000? Anyway, to be more serious, the area around the world wound is the best place for a paladin who wishes to defend the weak and serve good. I don't want to sound like I'm criticizing my brothers in arms, but the Eagle Watch and the other orders are focused on just one aim, the war against the world wound. That's why they can sometimes overlook the smaller things, ordinary misfortune, you know? Yeah. Till next time. Loot. Okay. What is our main objective? You heard what the demon said. Protect the Wardenstone. I think we already talked to her at what we're gonna get. Keylor. Venture Captain of the Pathfinder Society. Nice, okay. Okay, so he's where we can hire extra characters, which is possibly going to be. Society's running almost no operations here. Beside me, there are almost no Pathfinders. I'm only stuck here because of an old feud with the demon worshipper known as the Spinner of Nightmares. Okay. He's gonna tell us a story. Gang of Baphomet's cultists called himself the Labyrinth of the Mind. Okay. Obsessed with twisting the mind of their victims, targeted fragile people too weak to resist. Hospitals filled with perfect victims, isolated for weeks outside of the world, completely helpless. Okay. They cast their spells on each other, loathsome fantasy stuff from real to their minds, into the world. They dreamt of horrible, hidden things. They fought like mad. We burned the place to the ground and slaughtered everyone we could, but the leaders of the cult were able to flee. Okay. My companions and I need good training. I will be a great mentor from I will get a great mentor from Absalom. He'll train your fighters free of charge. Okay, this is for retraining. Nice. And I need brave and experienced fighters. It's 2,000 gold. You hire somebody. So I think we're gonna wait a little bit here. I don't want to wait too long. Because it does get more expensive as we go. Let's see, what do we have, or what are we missing? We don't have an arcane caster currently. We are also like literal like less than 50 away here from our level up. We're gonna store this. Old Iron Masterwork Longsword. Ever Burning Torch. Composite Longbow. Dagger. Don't know why I kept the Heavy Flail. Scimitar. Short Sword. Actually, we've got a better short sword now. More hammer. We'll keep the regular heavy shield. Light shield. And the 2 armors. And let's ditch these books. Wait in descending order. We'll probably get rid of those. Do these actually weigh something? These are 0.5 each. Okay. Same thing with food. I think we're going to be good on that for now, but we will want to eventually, or if we get to the point where we've got more, we'll mess with that. Okay. Let's head outside. Now that we're half an hour into this, we finally left the tavern. And immediately we find... Okay. So, tavern, there's a basement, and then we can exit the area from Defender's Heart. Let's check out the basement quick. Just in case. Apparently, we can just loot away. Oh. Surrender thy soul, Devlin. Delvin. How many times is that today? Easy there, Chief. Okay. I'm guessing we can recruit this guy. Let's go ahead and finish looting first. So there's Delvin is another named NPC. And
march on.
Hey, Chief. Hey, Dreamboat, come over here. I want to talk to you about something. Something really important.
okay.
Quit bothering the decent people in here, Woljif, or I'll knock your teeth out.
What's it to you, Delvin Dum-Dum? You were told to guard me, and I'm not stopping you. But no one told me I had to shut my trap.
Why are you in
Does it
chains?
really matter? Don't get hung up on the past, Chief. Don't look to the future. Live in the here and now.
He was caught thieving.
Get me out of here and I'll tell you. And don't worry, it's not contagious. I'll lay it out for you. Simple job, 30 minutes tops. We go someplace, talk to someone, and in return, whatever you want, I'll get it for you. Some extra rations? No problem. Armor, weapons, scrolls, you name it. It's as good as yours. If you need my help with something, whistle and I'll be there. I'm handy enough with knives too, and even my magic know-how isn't too shabby.
Okay. So probably a rogue.
What a load of guff. If you were good at magic, you wouldn't be stuck in here now, would you?
Don't you listen to him, Chief. He'd find fault with the Queen herself. I'll be useful to have in battle, and I'll sell whatever you want at a reasonable price. It's your lucky day. You won't meet another gem like me in Canabras.
Well,
That's easy. You know Irabeth? Feisty-looking gal, always wears armor. You can't miss her. She's the meanest fighter in the whole city. When you see her, put in a good word for me, will ya? Tell her there's this guy, Woljif, locked up for no good reason in the Defender's Heart. Well, for the follies of his youth. And he really wants to get out on bail so he can keep up his good behavior and make a contribution to society. You got that? Will you do it? Well, think fast. I'm already losing feeling in my legs sitting here.
okay.
I
We'll
knew I
talk
could
to
count
her,
it.
Beth. I'm assuming this goes up
Onwards.
to the tavern again. Apparently we missed that the first time. Oh, hey. Another named character there. We missed. You need help? My body will endure both the wounds and the poison delivered through them. Okay. I'm Rafe. You can trust me. Who is your quarry here in Mendav? Hunting a fugitive, Escarite, by the name of Kaelessa. Okay. I'm sorry for your misfortune. I hope things will turn out differently next time. Just aid in your hunt. We cannot make that check. Okay.
Let us be off.
We're gonna stop right here real quick. Bulk selling, because we picked up a bunch of random stuff. Actually... I think we're good here. Yep. Let's go ahead and talk to Irabeth. The reason I didn't recruit anybody yet is because I figured there was a chance we'd be able to recruit characters free. So I wanted to see what we had before I paid to build a custom character. Woljif, the petty thief from a gang of thieflings operating out of Canabras. That's what we call them in these parts. They tried to rob a vendor of magical items recently. We only apprehended one of them, the rest managed to escape. We have nothing else to keep him apart from the defenders. Harp, that's hardly a prison. He knows it too. He's been begging us to let him go. He's already asked you to put in a good word. If you want to recruit Woljif and put him to good use, go ahead and take him off the guard's hands. We can ill afford to let a soldier spend days watching time over me and thief. Yep. That was kind of my thought with all of it as well. You know, I don't think we're going to trust this guy, but if we can put him in the front line, that feels good.
Well, Chief, what do you got for me? You must be a smooth talker. Come on, Delvin, get these bracelets of yours off me. I'm going free.
You're sure to regret this.
You're a bitter little man, Delvin. Petty and mean. You can't even be happy for me, can you? I pity you. I'll leave you alone with your sad little soul. So long. And now, Chief, straight down to business. You see, I'm one of those guys that people around here call thieflings. We just call ourselves the family. After we knocked over that shop and I got stuck here in the Defender's Heart, a little bird told me that big sister Charisme wanted to see me. Bet she had some questions to ask me. You following? Now, she won't be asking me questions like, Woljif, how'd you manage to get out of this one? Or, Woljif, you're so thin, didn't they feed you? No, something serious has gone down, and I just know they want to try to pin something on me. I can feel it in my tail. So, I knew right away that I couldn't go alone. You turned up just
Gotcha.
in time, Chief. You don't need to do anything when we get there. Just stand behind me and look mean, and I'll handle the rest. Somehow. Let's go. I'll show you the way.
Nice. Okay, so we have a rogue. That is going to be beneficial. That gives us a lot more flexibility for getting through areas, moving stealthily, and we also get to bump to level 3. So let's do the rest of the housekeeping with that this time, and we will venture forth in the next video. I think we are going Bard again this time. We want to get Bard up to, what is it? 7? Just to get it, Bardic Performance as a move action is a really beneficial thing. That's a ways off, though. I guess we also get... Yeah, let's just go ahead and do Bard. Okay, so we definitely want Arcana. We definitely want Persuasion. Let's go ahead and finish out our lores. And bump Perception so it's not negative. We are eventually going to get to add half of our Bard level to untrained skills, which I think these 3 are going to be. But it's not the end of the world. And we have better people for those. And the +3 bonus we're getting from this is going to be about where, since we're not going straight Bard, it's going to be just about as good. Okay. Lingering Performance is really good, because it means that we can actually start using our Bardic Performance for short periods. Basically, it means that we get to use it for 1 turn, and then it lasts for 2 after that, without actually using the charges. Let's see, what else could we take? Combat casting honestly would be decent for concentration checks. Boosting concentration checks is really good, especially in this situation. For a melee character, I don't know if I'm going to be using reach weapons the whole time. Currently, though, I have a reach weapon, so I think lingering performance may be better. Bard talent. We get to pick either weapon focus or get a, let's see, combat feat, weapon focus. Wait, we can just take these, or do we have to have the prerequisites? We do have to have the combat, or the prerequisites. Okay, full speed with stealth, cast iron stomach, +1 against poison. Saves the... Honestly, that might be a good one. The iron guts. I suppose if we can do it, I'm... You know what? We're gonna go ahead. Because of the way that I'm setting up, I think I'm just gonna do skill focus. we're going all in on this. I really like the idea of this like extreme persuasion. We can eventually get mythic skill focus persuasion as well, and with the intimidate powers that I want to get, I feel like this is going to be good. Okay, we got another spell. This one I really don't care as much about. We're just going to go vanish. And that gives us a pretty good variety here. So that puts our persuasion at 14 already. And we're going to go ahead, or we're going to get another bonus to that eventually. And that's without intimidation, which is... I'm feeling like that's going to be... Let's go ahead and grab Lan next. We're going to continue going Monk. Stealth, Perception, and let's bump Mobility. Actually, no, let's bump Athletics. Yes, that works. Okay, so he has... Longbow. Deadly Aim is really good. It's not quite as good as some other options, though. I'm kind of feeling like... Let's see. I think he gets deflect arrows later anyway. Throw anything. Are these all... Rapid shots... Not sure why rapid shot isn't good for him, but okay. Anyway, let's go ahead and say something like... I mean, honestly... Darkness isn't very good, is it? I think I'm actually going to do something a little odd here. We're going to go improved initiative. I would like him to be able to lead the attack off with his bow. I think there's a lot of good options for that. Wisdom modifier instead of dex on ranged attacks. Point blank master as a bonus feat. With longbow. Does not provoke while firing. Good. That actually helps a lot. So yeah, I think this is going to work out really well. Shaman. Continue boosting trickery, although I'm slightly less invested in this now that we have a actual thief character. But I don't know whether we're going to be using him the whole time. Let's put one in Perception's not a class skill. That's disappointing. Let's do religion just to round it out, I guess. Feat. She is currently using a rapier. I may switch her over to a ranged weapon if I can. But I don't think she's proficient with a lot. That's right, we took Battle Master, which is less promising. Wait, why can't she use rapiers? Background? Background. Okay. I mean, do we go all in on this attack of opportunity thing? Honestly, I think we go dodge. She's in the front line. Let's make her harder to hit. She has a bunch of new spells, and it looks like she prepares spells, so maybe we want to look at what her options are. What do we currently have? Spirit magic is enlarged person. Spirit magic is full strength. And then we'll go cure moderate. Let's do double cure moderate for now, because I already have a charge of cure lesser, or of a lesser restoration. If we get to an area where it feels like it's going to be coming up more, we'll do that. And let's go ahead and give her honestly, we're really melee focused right now. I'm kind of feeling like just going cure light wounds for patching up afterwards is probably okay. Let's do a bless, just in case we want some more buffs. Sure. And paladin. Aura of courage. That would have been nice during that fight where the fear effects were happening. Those are not a thing. She's basically useless on any of those physical skills, so I think we just do religion. Just keep her doing what she's doing. That's fine. It ain't broke. We would like for her to... I think I want her to just be more tanky. We're actually gonna go for toughness. Her AC is already pretty solid. Like, we could go shield focus and... Never mind, she has shield focus. Yeah. Toughness. Very little question in my mind there. She needs the extra hit points. Let's get rid of fatigued when she heals damage. And all that good. And let's real quick check our new buddy. So he is, I'm assuming, a rogue. I don't know for sure. Eldritch Scoundrel. I'm, again, assuming this is a rogue variant. Sneak attack, yep. Trap finding. Attack bonus, melee attacks. Dagger. Let's check. What are his feats real quick? He does have finesse training with a dagger. Lystria, okay. Weakening wound, sneak attack. Reduces damage reduction. That's a good one to have this game. There we go. That's what I was looking for. Double slice. And 2-weapon fighting. Hey. We'll leave him as is. Whew. Okay. So. That was a lot of stuff. Oh, hey. You're in vain. Do you recognize this sword? Of course I do. I made this sword with my own hands. My brand. Oh, Yaniel, things have been, tough without you, but at least we've still got your sword. That's something. In battle, ordinary swords get blunted, they break, but sometimes a weapon can preserve. No way to explain it. Yaniel may no longer be with us, but the demons will remember, and they'll turn tail and run when they see radiant. Okay. Neat. We're gonna real quick see if there are any goodies that we really want to grab that we can afford. Because we can. Ooh, lots of stuff. Devastating blows from above is a magic long spear. Okay. Bonus when mounted. Quiver of cold iron ignition. We did lose the last stuff. Is that 1600 for the whole lot? Okay. We'll consider that one. And let's scroll back up to the magic goodies. I don't think we're going to be finding anything that we really want right now. Rugged helmet actually looks decent. Not quite able to afford it yet. Honestly, a light shield +1 wouldn't be terrible. Seating facade. Armor of Vigilance +4 against sneak attack. That's okay. Living Ram. Honestly, I'm not seeing anything that's really jumping out at me here. That's actually kind of cool, but no, I think we're good. Good to know that there is that shop there, though. That's one of the things I was going to be looking for, was if there were any other shops. So yeah, I think that is going to wrap up our first video out the gate. Ended up being a lot of housekeeping, but we're going to have some of those. Part of this game is the housekeeping aspect of it. I may end up doing some of the housekeeping stuff off video and then just summing up what we're doing instead of making choices as we go. Especially once we have more characters, because there is definitely something to be said for the fact that, you know, leveling up 4 characters here took 10-20 minutes. Once we get up to the point where we've got more characters, it could take a lot longer. So, hopefully you have enjoyed. If you have, please give me a like and subscribe. Check out the other content on my channel. If you have any questions or suggestions, please leave them in the comments. And as always, have a good one. We'll catch you next time.